Hey team, you're watching Harden Sneakz and May 2025 is here, and you know what that means. It's time to look at May's upcoming sneaker releases. Now on Harden Sneakz we do things a little bit differently here. I don't talk about every single release for the month, just the heat and the ones that I think are worth talking about. And today I have 13 pairs for us to talk about. Starting things off with this first pair releasing on May 1st, it's the Kobe 9 EM Protro in the Mambacita colorway. Now May 1st is a significant date to Kobe and the Bryant family. May 1st is the birthday of Gigi Bryant and would have been her 19th birthday, and they've done some incredible tribute pairs to her in the past, and this pair I think does a fantastic job at continuing both Kobe and Gigi's legacy. Now aside from being a really touching tribute to his daughter, this is actually a really cool take on the Kobe 9s. I really love the sort of black and white acknowledgement of the Mambacita foundation in there, but it's really cool to see that gradient and the real pop of accent of that gold Nike swoosh. Moving on to May 2nd, and I'm so excited that we're continuing to get more Foamposites in 2025, just like this pair here. This is the Nike Foamposite One in the Psychic Blue colorway. Now, I find this really interesting because obviously there's a different release schedule all across the world for some releases. In New Zealand, where I'm from, I got this pair at retail 2 months ago. So I will be doing a review on it. Not sure why actually saying this out loud, I haven't done it sooner, but I really think it's a really cool pair in hand. In fact, I'm going to do a sneak show of it here. Look at that. Isn't that cool? It's such a cool blue. So here it is, and I will do a proper review on this soon. I think it's just a really cool pair. So excited to see it release overseas so everyone else can get their hands on it. Moving on to May 3rd, and we have a really cool pair of Jordan 4s releasing in a woman's colorway, and that's called the Forget Me Nots. And what's really cool about this pair is it's acknowledging the hard work and all the love we've got to have for our mums, because it is Mother's Day, and this is a Mother's Day release. What I will say though is I'm a little bit gutted it's only for women, but hey, we've got to celebrate our mums because they've done so much for us. But look at that shoe. It's got basically that uni blue color blocking that we love on shoes. We just saw it on Foamposites and absolutely love it. There's some great other uni blue colorways coming out this year, and I've been wanting a good uni blue 4 with a sort of white base for a long time. So hey, look, the mothers are getting it and they deserve it. And if you're gonna pick up a pair for your mum, if she's a sneakerhead, this is the one to go for. Moving on to May 10th, and we have a new release from James Harden. This is the James Harden Volume 9 in the Ice Metallic colorway. Now I have no idea if this is a coincidence, but I definitely see a bit of a vibe check between this and the Psychic Blue Foamposites I just showed you before. Maybe it's a good old Nike versus Adidas battle, but both of which have done a really cool job at illustrating unique sort of shapes and silhouettes to their shoes with that real pop of that icy sort of blue colorway. And the Volume Harden 9 has definitely been impressing me with some of the colorways it's been releasing. Now I was very vocal about how much I liked the Hellcat release that he did for the Volume 9s last month, and I think Harden and Adidas are doing an awesome job on this pair here. Also releasing on May 10th, we have another addition to the Reimagined series, this time on the Jordan 1 High UNC. Now the UNC High has been a pair that a lot of us have been eagerly waiting for quite some time, so I think everyone was grateful to see this release, but we weren't quite expecting it to come back in the Reimagined series. However, they're working through all of the OG retros, so it kind of was only a matter of time. Now, I'm a bit mixed on this release myself. I'm an absolute lover of the UNC color blockings and colorways. I think they're so steeped in Jordan lore, and it's ended up being something I just like across all of my sneakers. So I'm really excited and keen to get my hands on a pair of UNC Jordan 1 highs. However, I don't think I'm alone in saying this, but I'm starting to see a little bit of that pre-aging and that real yellowing of the midsole. It's kind of gone from being played out, quirky, back to popular, and now it's just kind of intolerable at the moment. I really wanted this pair in its true to life form. I didn't mind it being aged in terms of being the distressed and cracked leather, but that yellow sole I just think kind of throws the shoe off. Moving over to May 14th, and we have another release from Reimagined, this time their third release on the Jordan 5 model. This time the model's called the Violet Ore. For the most part, Reimagined likes to apply their sort of maroon and sort of brown tones to iconic OG color retros, up-spec the materials, make them formal premium, and that's kind of how they do collaborations. Now we've seen this treatment on an array of the models that they've gone for and touched, and this is not the first time we've had Reimagined collaborate on a Jordan 5. There have been 2 other pairs so far, and from what I can tell, it looks like they've done their Reimagined color take on both the grapes and the black metallics. And this third pair, to me, the violet ore, looks like they've done their take towards the fire reds. So I think it'll be nice, good materials, easy wearable, but judging by how the last two fires were executed, I don't think it's a super crazy pair to chase, but if you can get your hands on it at a good price, I think it's a pretty cool pickup. Up next on May 15th, this next one is kind of interesting because it is a regional exclusive that they've retroed, but they've also done a bit of a re-release in it in a different way. This is of course the Jordan 3 in the Soul colorway. Now this is a pretty interesting move by Nike and Jordan brand, because what they've done here is they've taken a regional exclusive pair, they've pulled it out from the vault, and they've done effectively the Reimagined series to this pair. And I found this quite interesting because it's not something any of us really expected. We knew that the Reimagined series was focused on doing this to classic OG colorways, but it never was something we thought would be done to quite exclusive pairs in the vault or regional exclusive pairs like this one. And this pair has a lot of the standard age treatment that you'd expect. Of course there's the yellow midsole, but what I think is a bit different, and I don't quite know how I feel about it, is they've done some aging or distressing to the elephant print on the side. So from a Jordan 3 point of view, it feels very different, but if you were really holding out for wanting this pair in its true to life form, I think you're looking at a very different shoe, which is why I think calling it the Soul 2.0 is appropriate on Jordan Brand's part. I'm not quite sure how I feel on the shoe, but I definitely think it was something worth discussing, and it shows another move from Nike. Not only will they pull things out from the vault, but they're open to pulling things out and modifying them. So who knows, everyone now is on their toes for future releases. Moving on to May 16th, and we have a Nike Air Max 95 in a big bubble colorway to discuss. Now it's not the official nickname for it, but online people are calling this the Batmans, and it's really easy to see why. Now lately Nike has been doing some stuff to the Nike Air Max 95, and they've taken the popular color blocking of things like the neon and done some variants of this. And this is a variant that kind of has given that vibe of what people have called the Batmans. And it's easy to see why, because it looks so much like his suit with the yellow accents of obviously his bat symbol and his utility belt. It's not the first time we've had unofficial sort of nods to pairs on colorways, and I think this pair is pretty cool if you're a fan of the Caped Crusader. Also releasing on May 15th, we have the second release of a Jordan 1 Low collaboration with Swarovski crystals. And the first release of this was on an all white colorway with the crystals as accents. This one is believed to be in a grey colorway, that's why it's called the Stealths. I find it really weird though that being so close to the release date that there isn't official images, which either means this won't happen or it might be delayed, or it's going to be hyper limited, which is what you'd expect considering the price point is $1,000 US. So let's see how this shows up, but wanted to talk about this one for sure. Up next on May 17th, we have a Jordan 12 and the retro of the Mellow colorway. And this is obviously inspired by a player edition worn by Carmelo Anthony, who has retired from the league and been a great ambassador for the sport. So it's great to see Jordan Brand acknowledging such a popular athlete. Now it's been quite some time since we've had access to this pair and to be able to get a retro of it. As I said, May seems to be the month with North Carolina, University Blue, Baby Blue, whatever you want to call it, seems to be quite consistent across shoes. It might be the color of the month. But if you're a Jordan 12 collector, I think this is a great easy wear and white pair. If you wanted the retro, you're building your 12 collection, or you just want to acknowledge a really great basketball player, this is your way of getting a pickup for that. Moving on to May 22nd, and we have this pair here, the Jordan 1 High in the ruby colorway for a woman's exclusive. Now, I'm going to say, first and foremost, I am so gutted that this is a woman's exclusive. From what I can see, it doesn't look to be extended sizes online, so myself as a size 15, I've 100% missed out on this. And looking at the shoe, you can obviously see it's inspired by a Jordan 1 black toe with a bit of a kind of red cracked material on the red part of the shoe, and that's to represent its name and the nod to ruby. Why ruby, I hear you ask? Well, ruby is the anniversary stone that you get on a 40th anniversary, and the Jordan 1 is going through this on the 40th anniversary. Now, I knew there was going to be some great releases as part of the 40th anniversary of the Jordan 1. I myself picked up some pairs as part of the 2015 30th anniversary release as part of the Pinnacle series, and those Jordan 1s were incredible. So I've got high hopes that not only will this pair be great in hand, but there should be hopefully some other great ruby releases throughout the rest of the year, so keep an eye out for them if that is the case. Moving on to May 24th, and a lot of Jordan 4 lovers are going to be really excited for this pair because it's the return of the white cements. Now, for a lot of people, the Jordan 4 white cements is their favorite version of the Jordan 4 in the OG colorway, maybe battling the breads, Now, a lot of sneakerheads are going to definitely want to double up on this pair. I myself am so keen on this because it's the only one of the 4 OG Retro Jordan 4s that I still need to add to my collection at the same time, and I'm so looking forward to getting that so I can make a video comparing it for you. There's not much that needs to be said about this pair. It's a great pair. I'm going to tell you before anything, no video needed. It is definitely a must. Moving on to May 30th, and I spoke about this last month, so I'll keep it short and brief, but it looks like the Jordan 3 Rare Air is coming out this day and not the April release like it was first thought. It's an interesting pair, it's a unique take on a dark pair of Jordan 3s and doesn't follow the traditional look that we expect on dark 3s, where it is a colour switch out based on a black cement or it's all black. I think it's interesting. I don't know how I feel about that reverse look on the heel tab with the mirrored swoosh, but hey, let's see them in hand and we'll make our judgments then. Well, that brings us to the end of our May 2025 sneaker release video, and there looks to be so many great releases this month, so good luck to your wallets and good luck to mine, because there's quite a few pairs I think we're all going to want to chase. If I look at my list, I've already got the Foamposites, so they're already on the list. So for me, I'll be probably going after those Jordan 12 Mellows and absolutely probably doubling up on the Jordan 4 white cements if I can get lucky enough to double up. I'm super keen to know what you'll be chasing this month, so feel free to drop down in the comment section below what you'll be chasing, and if there are any other pairs you think I've missed that we should talk about, let me know and I'll see if I can make a video about those as well. In the meantime, thank you so much for watching. Good luck getting those Jordan 4s. Feel free to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. See you guys.